Dustin, good to see you. We're dipping into the headlines today. 3 ways to inflation proof your retirement. Inflation is the natural enemy of retirement savings, but there are strategies that you can put in place to protect your nest egg against spiking consumer prices. And they may even allow you to use those higher costs to your advantage. So, first, you say keep investing. In the long run, the US stock market has tended to outpace inflation.
Sure. So stocks over the long haul have been one of the absolute best ways to hedge inflation. I mean, we know in the short run, stocks can be volatile, but over time, the American economy has expanded, and investors who own stock participate in those benefits. We can talk about other inflation hedges. I often have conversations with clients, and they're amazed many times at how the value of their home has gone up over time.
Yeah.
The value of the dollar goes down and it takes more dollars to buy a house. People are just amazed by this. But if we look at, for example, the last 50 years, this will give us an idea of just how effective stocks can be as an inflation hedge. If we look at the last 50 years, the average cost of a single family home has gone up about 1,250%. But if we look back at that chart, if you include the dividends that you get paid, and it's important to remember, hey, on real estate, you don't get paid dividends unless you're renting that house, right? Unless you're a landlord. But if we look at the stock market, look at the S&P 500, including dividends over the last 50 years, while the price of a single family home has gone up 1,250%, the value of the S&P 500 has gone up more than 6,900%. So stocks remain over time an incredible way to hedge inflation. If you're during your working years, if you're young, you need to participate in stocks. And if you're approaching retirement or you're retired, you still want, in many times, to consider committing a portion of your portfolio to stocks so that you benefit from that inflation hedge.
Mhm.
But it's also important to remember that, hey, the only way you're going to benefit from that inflation hedge is if you're disciplined. And that means spending time in the market rather than trying to time the market.
Absolutely. Next, you need to make sure that you maximize your Social Security. And this is something you specialize in.
Sure, we have these conversations all the time. We run detailed analysis for clients. And it's really sad. It's been estimated that only about 4% of retirees make optimal claiming decisions when it comes to
Mm,
Social Security. So that means about 96% of retirees are missing out, and collectively they're missing out on about $3.4 trillion in benefits,
wow.
or about $111,000 per household over the course of
Right.
their retirement. It's a
Right.
big deal. It's a big deal.
Mhm.
It's important to remember that inflation is one of the only truly inflation index benefits that you're going to receive over the course of your lifetime. And that's because the cost of living adjustment on Social Security is indexed or linked to the consumer price index. So the more of that income that you can build into your plan, the better the chances that you and your spouse are going to be able to handle increasing prices over the course of your retirement.
I'm glad you brought that up because, as you mentioned, the cost of living adjustment, the COLA, is adjusted for the inflation rate. But some people think that if they don't claim during those big COLA jump years, that they're going to miss out on it. But that's a big misconception.
It is a big misconception. And one of the reasons might be is because you don't see it on your statement. If you look at your statement, what your statement is going to show you is that, hey, if I defer my Social Security benefit from full retirement age, each year I defer it out to age 70, that benefit is going to increase by 8% each year. But what it doesn't tell you is you're also going to get the cost of living adjustment. Well, if we look at a year like 2023, the cost of living adjustment last year was 8.7% on
Mhm.
Social Security. So someone who was deferring that benefit last year in 2023, they didn't get an 8% jump in that benefit. They got almost a 17% jump in that benefit.
Yeah, thank goodness. So, last, you suggest rethink your expenses. Put simply, save more money. And that may sound simple, but that advice often requires the most coaching. Financial advisors can help clients research their purchases, shop around for insurance companies, do better tax planning, and dig up other opportunities for savings.
Right. So difficult conversation, hard facts. If the price of everything is going up, the cost of everything is going up, that also means the cost of your retirement is going up.
Right.
So, if something like your car payments over the years continue to go up, but the amount that you're committing each and every month or each and every year to saving for your retirement is remaining fixed and not changing, that's a really good sign, or a really bad sign rather, that you're probably getting off track.
Mhm.
Sometimes it comes down to making, decisions that will affect your lifestyle. Maybe if we're not on track for retirement, maybe you don't need a new car, maybe you need a low mileage car. But sometimes a good advisor can help you take a look at your situation, and oftentimes help you free some cash flow, come up with ideas to free cash flow
Exactly.
where you're
Right.
not going to feel it, or it's not going to affect your current lifestyle. I've had countless conversations like that over the years, many times resulting in being able to help clients free hundreds of dollars a month in cash flow, sometimes thousands of dollars a month in cash
Right.
flow.
Yeah. Be more efficient with their savings and spending. Dustin, if somebody would like to talk this through with you to make sure, again, that they're maximizing their Social Security or finding savings where they are, what's the best way to reach you?
They can send me a question, text me a question at 830-476-2505, or reach out on the website to book a free chat at longlivemymoney.com.
Great. Dustin, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.